Hey everyone, thanks for joining us on another Sandia Mountain Natural History Center quick trip. Today we are in a very desolate, very quiet place called Galisteo Basin. It's just outside of Santa Fe, New Mexico. It's high desert terrain, lots of pinyon juniper. It's a beautiful place, but as I found, Galisteo Basin is nearly 10,000 acres of rolling hills, arroyos, and craggy sandstone. What struck me the most was how quiet and desolate the area is. And there in the distance, you can see the Ortiz Mountains, and even further back, you can see the home range of the Sandia Mountains. Here we're looking at some pack rat middens, and the thing that makes pack rat middens so fascinating is what they can reveal about past ecosystems. Because pack rats, generation after generation, live in the same midden. So they collect seeds and other indicators from the surrounding ecosystem and deposit them in their pack rat midden. So if you dig through a midden, layer by layer, you will see seeds and evidence of plants from past ecosystems. That's a great window to learn about how ecosystems have changed over time and the impact of things like climate change on the ecosystem. So pack rat middens are a great indicator of past ecosystems. Here we see a very typical juniper tree until we get to the bottom, and it's growing right out of the rock. How does that happen, you ask? Well, juniper trees give off berries. That crack in the rock there is a great spot for pack rats. Pack rats carry the berries into that crack, a little bit of water, and boom, you have a tree growing out of the rock. So you might think I'm a nerd for pointing this out, but hey, you're watching these videos, so what does that say about you? Just kidding, love my fans. But this is a cone top beer can, and these are really old. So you had first just kegs of beer, and then you had, I guess, bottles of beer. And then you had the first canned versions of beer were the cone tops, I believe. And then you had flat tops that you had to use an opener. And then we had the good old flip tops that we can still find sometimes, the flip tops out here. And then finally our modern day can. So this probably stretches back into the 1930s. So it really says something about how long trash can stay out here. But we are going to leave it because any artifacts over 50 years old are considered historical, and we'll leave it out here. It's pretty easy to navigate here, which is good because despite everything I've said in previous videos, I forgot a paper map. I do have a compass, but without the map, that doesn't do me too much good. But luckily, all throughout the preserve, most of the major junctions, there are signs like this to help you navigate. Off here in the distance, you can see some of the high peaks of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains. But the interesting thing in this shot are a couple of trees here. These are cottonwood trees, and cottonwood trees are always a signal of water. They have root systems that need to tap into a water source. So if you were traveling across this barren area and found these trees, you would know that water is close at hand. It may not be right at the surface, but it's not going to be very far underground either. A little bit of coyote scat. Now come on, you didn't think I'd get through a whole video without some scat, did you? But this is full of juniper seeds, I don't know if I've ever mentioned in a previous video, but this is a great ecological relationship because juniper seeds have to go through something called scarification. They have to be digested in order to grow, but they do like to grow out in the open. Coyotes like to eat juniper seeds and like to poop out in the open. So the two are kind of working together to spread juniper trees around this mesa. Off in the distance here, there's something that we get very nervous about here in New Mexico. That is smoke from a fire. I don't know anything about it, but that is definitely a fire. We are in fire season right now. From this time in May till monsoon season comes in early July. We are at extreme risk for fire danger. It's hot, it's fairly windy, and it's been very, very dry. Here's a cool old, still functioning windmill. As the blades turn, turns the shaft, pumps the water, and fills this stock tank. We can see when the stock tank overflows, we have a nice area of greenery right down here, sort of a little desert oasis. Very cool. Of all the creatures I thought I would see today, goldfish was not on the list.